What's up YouTube, DMLX here, and today I want to present a what-if scenario for Kingdom Hearts 2 that I've been thinking about since the release of the game way back in 2006. What if Roxas, the Key of Destiny, was the main protagonist of Kingdom Hearts 2? And how would that affect players' overall experience with the story and gameplay?
Come on, say something.
This could have been the other way around.
Huh?
But it really has to be you.
As Sora's nobody, Roxas has only been playable 3 times within the Kingdom Hearts series. First during the prologue of Kingdom Hearts 2, which might have been too long for its own good, then in 358 over 2 days, which had Roxas as the main playable character, and will soon be playable again in Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind. Now from what I gather, Roxas was never planned to be Sora's replacement in Kingdom Hearts 2. Director of the Kingdom Hearts series, Tetsuya Nomura, has made it very clear that Sora will remain the central figure of the franchise. But if we were to turn back the clock and roll back the rock to the dawn of time that was Kingdom Hearts 2, let's say Nomura decided to have Roxas take Sora's place as the hero and venture off to other worlds alongside Donald and Goofy, sealing keyholes, taking down the rest of Organization 13 while discovering hidden truths along the way. Personally, I don't think there would be much backlash if Nomura made the decision to have Roxas as the main protagonist of Kingdom Hearts 2, because when you look at other Square Enix games such as Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest, they've also switched up their main protagonists with each installment. Granted, each new installment for those series are generally standalone stories, each with different settings, plots, and main characters, but overall it's still a formula that works to this day. However, a game series that does change protagonists within the same continuity can lead to 2 things happening. One, there's what I like to call the Ezio effect, where the new hero is praised by the fanbase over the original, which then leads to the developers catering more towards that character. Or 2, the fanbase would express backlash towards the new hero due to either being a blatant ripoff of the original, or not being a compelling enough character worthy of taking up the mantle as the lead protagonist. But with that being said, we're just going to keep the focus on Roxas' theoretical journey throughout Kingdom Hearts 2, and not focus too much on the past and future games. In terms of how the story of Kingdom Hearts 2 could be retold with Roxas as the lead, I'd say the best moment to pass the torch, or Keyblade in this case, is after Roxas' final confrontation with Axel in the basement of the old mansion. But instead of Diz, aka Ansem the Wise, having Roxas reunite with Sora, Diz has a change of heart and convinces Roxas to help finish off the rest of the organization in the real world. Due to Diz being impressed with his fight against Axel, which then leads to Roxas being officially acquainted with Donald and Goofy. And then have Roxas promising the duo that once this is all over, he will return to Sora, and thus a new journey begins. Of course, one of the many problems a story like this could face with Roxas as the main hero is him constantly introducing himself to the various Disney and Final Fantasy characters that we already met before in the previous game. However, seeing that Roxas has been dreaming about Sora's memories in the day to Twilight Town, I think it would be easy for him to catch up to speed on certain situations and encounters Sora's had during his previous adventure. They could even slide in a little meta joke between Roxas and Cloud about sharing someone else's memories. If you play Final Fantasy VII, you know what I'm talking about. With that being said, just imagine seeing what Roxas would look like exploring worlds like Halloween Town, the Pride Lands, and yes, even Atlantica.
Very easy, come on and just take a judge and shake a feet. Let the music move you, you can do it!
Don't be shy, let the music inside and dance, dance, dance.
Furthermore, based on Roxas' personality, the game would most certainly have a slightly more serious tone, with Roxas being less impulsive compared to Sora, but far quicker to anger, making him much more aggressive in tense situations, as well as can be blunter towards others, and is more willing to stand his ground against foes. Not to mention the opportunity of fans to be able to witness Roxas go up against Xemnas during the final portion of the game, which has been a fight many fans have wanted to see within the Kingdom Hearts series, but unfortunately, even after the release of Kingdom Hearts 3, that clash never came to fruition. Another strong character trait about Roxas that I think would have been worthy of exploring if he were the lead in Kingdom Hearts 2 is the conflict of finding his own identity, wanting to be more than just Sora's nobody. Oftentimes in both the prologue of Kingdom Hearts 2 and 358 over 2 days, Roxas has shown multiple times that he'd rather not have anything to do with the Keyblade, but instead long for a simpler life, hanging with his friends, eating ice cream off the edge of a clock tower, which probably isn't the safest way to consume such sweet salty goodness. But look at that view though! Now from a gameplay perspective, I think that having Roxas as the main playable character for Kingdom Hearts 2 will be something like going from Star Wars The Force Unleashed to Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2, basically being able to dual wield 24/7. dry forms could still be a strong gameplay feature that Roxas could take advantage of when it comes down to amplifying various attributes the power of the Keyblade provides. Plus, having a dual-wielding protagonist could add more to the combat in terms of Square Enix developing new abilities to equip, limits to unleash, and melee combos to perform on Heartless and Nobodies alike. Overall, it's hard to say whether having Roxas as the main protagonist of Kingdom Hearts 2 would have been the best choice over Sora, but it most certainly would have been an interesting choice, and could have either backfired on Square Enix immensely, or extending Roxas' compelling narrative might have taken the series to new heights. Square Enix has done it before with other properties and other Kingdom Hearts games, so who's to say it wouldn't have worked for Kingdom Hearts 2? Personally, if I had the option to play a version of Kingdom Hearts 2 with Roxas as the main hero, I wouldn't hesitate to play it. So let me just think in the comment section down below, would you be interested in a version of Kingdom Hearts 2 where Roxas is the main character, or do you like having Sora as the main hero for the numbered installments? If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, it really helps me out, and subscribe for more content from me on Kingdom Hearts and other games in general. I'm DMLX, I'll see you in the future.